It's a great day. My name is Shay Brown, the Happy Entrepreneur, and welcome to the Happy Entrepreneur Show, the #1 business development and revenue focused late night show in the country where we're on a mission. And our mission really is to inspire. Our mission is to empower. And our mission is to provide you, that's right, you, the entrepreneur with all of those resources that are necessary to execute that big vision that you have deep inside of you. It takes resources. And today we have the one and only Markeith, who's here with us to talk about, well, we'll talk about that in a minute, personal branding. But what's up, Markeith? This is your second time back, I believe, or third time on the Happy Entrepreneur Show. How are you?
I'm doing great. I always appreciate the invitation to come on and join you, brother. So thanks again.
Man, it's great to have you here. You know, this topic, personal branding, so folks can use that to replace their corporate income. Take a moment, if you would, because it's got to be on everybody's mind when they hear branding. Like, first, what is branding? Or at least Markeith's definition of branding. And then below that, what is personal branding?
Yeah. I love that question because personal branding can really mean a lot to different people. But what I like to say, personal branding for me is an opportunity for an individual to align truly with their purpose and then put it on display. Because ultimately, personal branding, I think, is personal development. You get an opportunity to really learn who you are and get to define how you want to show up in the world. Because the fact of the matter is that we all really have a personal brand. Many people say that your personal brand is what people have to say about you when you're not in the room. Well, even in that instance, you still get to determine how you want to show up in the room. And people get to walk away with your personality, your character, how you show up, how you make them feel when they experience you. And so I really like to hone in on helping people really to align with their purpose so that they can then put that purpose on display to create their ultimate personal brand. And over the past few years, I've really been working with corporate professionals, teaching them, how do you build a profitable personal brand business that can replace your corporate income? Because many career professionals that I know have climbed the corporate ladder and have done all the things that society has told us to do, but many are still unfulfilled. Many are still in that space where they realize that there's more to life than what they currently are doing, and they want to make a greater impact. And what better way to make a great impact than to leverage the knowledge, the experiences, the expertise, and the skills that you already naturally have to make an impact on other people's lives?
So I guess that begs the question, why do people struggle with it then? They already know, look, I've got to look the part. I got to know the part. I got to be the part. And this is why you exist. The question, I guess, really is, what are some of the problems that folks face? You would think, well, if they were a manager level over here, or if they were executive over here, or if they were someone that was in the workforce, they may intuitively just be able to pick it up. But it doesn't happen. So what's the question, Shay? The question is, what are the challenges that are facing folks being able to use their personal brand in order to replace their corporate income?
Another great question. So, the #1 challenge, I believe, because remember I said personal branding truly is personal development. The #1 challenge is confidence. Do I have the confidence to step out and really put myself in the forefront so that others can see me, so that others can experience me, so that others know what I have to offer in order to provide value to their lives? And it can be difficult to step in that level of confidence and to step out front and to put yourself on display and to share your skills and your abilities and your knowledge, because many of us suffer from this phenomenon or this theory called the imposter syndrome. Who am I to be able to help somebody else? Who am I to be able to call myself an expert? Who am I to be able to call myself the person that others need in order to help them in whatever that niche area that you've chosen to. So I would say that many of us first have to deal with our confidence level. We have to deal with the idea that you are an expert in something. You are knowledgeable in something that other people may have a hard time grabbing hold of or have a hard time developing within themselves, and they need you. And if you don't show up, then they can't show up for themselves.
Is one of the things I've admired about you is I've had a chance to watch you. I think we met about 3 years ago, maybe 3 or 4 years
Mhm.
ago now. And I know it was at a conference. I got a chance to be there one on one with you, and I got a chance to watch and follow you online. And where I'm
Yeah.
going with the question, ladies and gentlemen, is what's Markeith's secret to being consistent? Because it's one thing to say, I've got this brand. This is who I am. This is who I'm going to be. And then the next day, there's someone totally different. That's not the case with Markeith. I've had opportunity to be able to follow him. The guy's a workout fanatic, by the way. I thought I was a workout fanatic. He's like, nope, nope. I'm doing the doggone thing. And I've watched his brand be consistent over
Yeah.
the year. So here's the question, Markeith. We know consistency is the key. Consistency is the key. Consistency is the key. Once they identify their personal brand, once they have the confidence, once they understand it, what is 1, 2, or 3 ideas that you share with folks so they can be consistent with the brand that they want to present? Because that's a problem.
Yeah, one of the best ways to make this process easy is to first identify what are the most natural gifts that I have. There are 3 questions that I like to ask all of my clients, and that is, what is one thing you love doing so much that if you knew you could not fail, you go do it right now? Question number 2 is, what's something that you love so much that you lose track of time while doing it? And number 3, what's something that you love so much that you do it for free right now, but you could get paid to do it? And those 3 questions really help a person to really identify, what are those things that I am truly good at? What's the natural gifts that I have that I can leverage and use for myself in the marketplace? And it's the same process that I took. One of the most natural gifts that I had was I did not have a fear of public speaking. I am a teacher at heart. I am an encourager at heart. When I took the ministry assessment test, I came out as an exhorter, someone who likes to build people. And so one of the things that helped me to be consistent was only do the things that I had the natural inclination to do. So that's why I started a podcast. That's why I would do video podcasting or don't mind doing reels, because I enjoy leveraging and utilizing the most natural gift that I have as a singer, as a speaker, as a teacher, and not trying to do something that's outside of my wheelhouse. And so, what will help you be consistent is you doing your own personal assessment and identifying what's the most natural thing that I have that I could use. And now, what medium can I use that gift to really get my message out to the people? I also would say this, that you don't know what you don't know. And so, you have to take some time out to invest in yourself and hire a coach. I'll never forget the great Les Brown. I'll follow him for many, many years because I am a speaker and a teacher, and I love to impart wisdom in the others. And he said, it's hard to see the picture when you're in the frame. And so it's important for you to get somebody who's on the outside of you to see what's inside of you so that they can help pull that out so that you can be develop the confidence and step into the thing that it is that you're supposed to do, utilizing the right tools that most align with your gift. So those are 2 things: identify the gifts, the talents that are most in alignment with who you are, and then invest in yourself and hire a coach or a consultant to really help you to identify the best mediums that are aligned with that gift.
So you work with a number of different folks. And I know
Hmm.
prior to this call, you were sharing one of your audiences. And the good
Yeah.
news with you, Markeith, is your organization can work with multiple level individuals. But you said, Shay,
Right.
coming up, you talk about my area of brilliance, where my passion is with a certain
Hmm.
audience. And so I want you to
Yeah.
take a moment and share the audience that you're
Yeah.
working with. that's right immediately in front of you. And then secondly, if you were speaking to that audience, he's going to mention it. So y'all hang on. He's going to mention it in a minute. And they were listening right now. They're like, oh
Yeah.
man, you don't understand. I've got a few letters behind my name. I don't think he understands this. No, he don't understand. I had an internship. No, he don't understand. My first job. Look, I'm managing people. And I
Yeah.
know I can go to that next level too. I know that I can run a business. I hadn't had time. What would you say, number one, your target audience? And what would your number
Mhm.
say to the person that's out there listening that's in your target audience right now and saying, why now, Markeith? Why should I stop now to take that step
Right.
to move forward?
I believe my target audience is the audience that I'm a part of, and that is Gen X corporate professionals. And reason why I stepped into that was because one, I'm a part of the Generation X community, but I'm also one who came out of corporate and was laid off my job, and I made a decision to shift into entrepreneurship to leverage my skills and knowledge base in the marketplace. And one of the things I know for sure about Gen X corporate professionals, we are and have been caught betwixt and between baby boomers and millennials. And many of us were caught in this space where we learn work ethic from the baby boomers, but yet we were young enough to be a part of the inception of all of the new technology, MySpace, and when you talk about Google Instant Messenger and all of these things, cell phones were coming into place when we were at starting high school, junior high school, and high school. But one of the things that I know for sure is that many Gen Xers, if they could identify a way to create the same amount of income doing what they love, doing what they're passionate about, doing what brings them greater fulfillment, they would trade in their job to go do that. But many of them just don't know how to take those steps to do that. And so I have a heart for my generation, Generation X, who are career professionals who have been able to climb the corporate ladder, been able to attain all of the great success within corporate America, but they've got to the point where they realize that the ladder was leaning against the wrong wall and they desire greater fulfillment, more impact in the world, and they're ready to give back using their knowledge and using their expertise. And so I really am about the business of helping that Generation X step into more freedom and be able to create greater income with their knowledge.
The Gen X folks, I know about them. They're sitting there saying, hey, Markeith, I'm picking up what you're putting down. I'm
Yeah.
there. And I'm willing to take the step. Matter of fact, I'm willing to bet on me. Okay. And I'm not
Yeah.
going to bet $97 because I know $97 ain't going to turn the world around. But I'm going to bet big because that's just what we do, right? We're ready for
Yeah.
that. We're all in. The question in their mind might be, Marquis has been down this path. And
Yeah.
what are one, two, or three things that I should look for someone that's about to
Yeah.
invest in someone like Markeith,
Mhm.
someone that can help me, someone that has an agency, and he seems to have some experience in this right here. And
Mhm.
while he does personal branding, he can also share with you one, two, or three things you should look for before you go spend your hard-earned dollars to get into the space.
Right.
What would you recommend? What would you say? Now, I'm going to recommend y'all connect with Markeith, by the way, but he's going to give you his view of the world as in the way that he can, and in all fairness.
Yeah. Well, I learned this from one of my coaches, Dr. Danielle Jervey, and it's a very great philosophy. And so number one is you want to identify a person who's doing what it is that you want to do on the level you desire to do it on. And so you want to identify, well, does this person have the freedom that I'm looking for in life? Is this person producing the results that I want to produce in life? Is this person producing the income that I want to produce? What type of career that they come out of? And I like to share that I was in the healthcare industry, master's degree in public health, working in health administration. I was at the director level within health administration, and I experienced a job layoff in 2014, April the 4th of 2014 to be exact. And I was making great money. Even also had a second career in higher ed. So I was teaching higher ed in the evening, just kind of filling my time with the things that I knew that I love to do and wasn't expecting to get laid off. But yet I took that layoff and turned it into opportunity for myself because I knew that I wanted to have that lifestyle freedom. I wanted to be able to have that type of business where I could generate income no matter where I was. I wanted the laptop lifestyle while at the same time being able to make an impact in other people's lives. And so you want to identify that person. You know, are they experiencing the life that I truly want to experience? The second thing you want to consider is every coach, every great entrepreneur I know also has a coach themselves. So is that person investing in themselves on the level that they want to go to? Because here's the fact, here's the truth. Many of your coaches, many of your business leaders, they're just one, maybe two steps ahead of you. And so you want to make sure that you're always progressing. And you want to make sure that the person that you're investing your hard earned dollars in is also investing in themselves because what are they doing? They're transferring their information to you so that you can transfer your information to the people that you are mentoring. And so we live in this cyclical world of, I like to say, abundance. And you shouldn't be hoarding everything that you know, but yet you should be sharing it with somebody else. And so those are two things that I would say you want to look for in individuals when you decide to invest in yourself and participate in their programs.
I love it. Well said. How can folks best connect with you? Number one, and what type of clients are you looking to bring on? You mentioned Gen X, and I'm pretty sure you're there. But I want for those folks that are tuning in, you listen to the one and only Markeith. He's here right
Mhm.
now, sharing how you can take your personal brand and replace your corporate income. So he helps you build that personal brand and have the business behind it as you're building
Yeah.
your business. So the two-part question is, so you can hear it again, what type of clients is he looking to take on now? So you know if you're the right person. And number two, more importantly, how can folks best connect with you?
Yeah, so you can best connect with me via my website, markeithbraden.com. That's markeithbraden.com. Or you can connect with me on all of the social media channels just at Markeith Braden, especially on Instagram. There's a link right there for you to click where you can schedule an appointment with me. And I'm looking for those clients who are high level leaders in their careers who are ready to make the transition in leveraging their knowledge to create a business for themselves through personal branding. And you are that person who you know you have done what society has taught you to do. You've achieved levels of success in your career as a director. You know, maybe you're a principal at a high school. Maybe you are a VP. I've had clients who are VPs in their industry, but yet they know they may have even already written a book or already have online course ideas, but they don't know what are the next steps. How do I market myself appropriately? How do I create a website? How do I start making inroads to network to be able to get speaking engagements or coaching clients? And so I have a program called the Maximize Your Brand Academy. It's a group coaching program where I'm taking individuals from point A to point Z and helping them to learn how to truly create a profitable personal brand that can replace their corporate income. So if that sounds like you, you're a Gen X, and I did some research just the other day, and Gen Xers, they say started from 1961 to 1981. Now you know it changes all the time on Google, but that puts you in the age group of about 42 to 57. So if you fall in that age group, or you consider you yourself as a Gen X who's ready to make the shift into entrepreneurship and build that side hustle business that replaces your income so that you have the decision opportunity to, hey, I'm going to let this job go and go do my dream. I would love to talk to you. MarkeithBraden.com.
I recommend you all connect with Markeith Braden. I'm in that bucket, by the way. I know y'all could tell already. I'm in the Gen X bucket, okay? So I'm there. And yes, It's pretty cool. Now, Markeith is a pretty humble guy, and he keeps saying you're going to replace your corporate income, which you will. But for some of you, you're going to 10x that income. For some of you,
Yeah.
you might do more than 10x plus that income with the right personal brand and with the right strategies and the right systems and structure that Markeith brings to you, replacing the corporate income. And you might not be happy with your corporate income anyway. That's the first step. At a minimum, you know that's going to take place. But I promise you, and I don't make many promises, when you work with him and you follow his direction, you're probably 10 to 20 times the income you're making now and do less work. That sounds cool and cool. More money, less
Hey.
work, more impact, less work. It just all works out. Markeith, what do you do when you're not out saving the world, man? Out now helping folks make money, impact the world, change
Yeah.
lives. What do you do for fun these days, man?
So you already mentioned one. So every morning I'm at the gym, so it has become fun to me to learn how to, change my body composition and really learn myself. But I also love to travel, so I'm always traveling. And another thing that I love to do, I like to ride my road bike, especially during the spring and the fall months. Not so much in the summer; it gets too hot. But I love to go to the greenways and ride my road bike and just enjoy some of the scenery and around the city of Nashville.
Well, you can't say travel and say you enjoy it and not tell us one place you love to go to. I mean, the audience sitting there saying, "Oh, he loves to travel." What's now? It's unfair. This is an unfair question, but I know in their mind they're like, "Well, he loves to travel, but where's one place that he went to that he just loved and why?"
Yeah, I'll tell you too. So domestically, believe it or not, I love the DMV area. I just love the diversity, the culture, all of the museums in DC. Because I consider myself to be a educated, intellectual person, so I always love learning. But overseas, I love a good beach, and so one of the favorite places I've been so far is, of course, Jamaica, but the furthest place I've been is Nagoya, Japan. So I love to travel. I have about 5 years until I'm 50. One of the trips that I definitely want to take is go to the motherland. I want to spend about a month or two there, just kind of learning and experiencing something that I've just never experienced before.
Cool. There you have it from the one and only, the man himself, Markeith Braden. He's sharing with you exactly where he wants to go. So for those folks that want to plan to go to the motherland, and he's ready to rock and roll, I love it. And come to
Yeah,
DC anytime, man. You know I live in Washington D.C. So whenever you're in town,
yeah,
just hit me
yeah.
up, man. I love DC. I'm from DC, born in DC, and I know it's a DMV area, but it's Washington DC, baby. Let me just be clear. Okay. All right. He was being kind when he said DMV because a lot of our friends are on the outside. No, I'm joking. I'm joking. That's
Mhm.
just a joke. But just like I love Nashville, I love the hot sauce. I love the food. It's amazing. All right. With that
Yeah.
being said, Markeith, we have a segment here called Today is My January
Mhm.
1st. And for those folks
Mm.
that tune in every night at 11 p.m., thanks so much. Your family. So you can go ahead and say it. Today is my January 1st. I know. It just feels good when you say that. For those new folks that are joining for the very first time, today is my January 1st, represents our personal mantra at the show. It means that every
Mm.
day we get a fresh start. We get a do over. It means our past, it no longer equals our future. And we don't have to wait till December 31st at 11:59 p.m. on the back of a napkin to say, yes, I'm ready to get going. No. As long as you got oxygen coming in your lungs, today is your January 1st. Happy New Year to you, by the way. So with that being said, Markeith, here's the question. When you hear those words, today is my January 1st, what do you hear? And what's your words to inspire and to encourage folks that are listening right now? They got to go make things happen in their own life.
Yeah. Today is my January 1st, and I'll leave you with this. Dr. Miles Monroe, the late, great Dr. Miles Monroe, said that the greatest failure in life is to be successful at the wrong assignment. And so on this January 1st, if this were my January 1st, I would just proceed in knowing my purpose and doing my purpose. I would be doing everything that I can to align with purpose so that I can be on assignment and touching the lives of the individuals that I truly want to touch. And so I leave you with this. Ask yourself the question, if I know what I want to do, if I knew I couldn't fail, if I know what I love to do and lose track of time doing it, if I know what I love to do and I do it right now for free but could get paid for it, the question of the day, if it's January 1st, why am I not doing it? And you have to look in the mirror and ask yourself that question. And whatever comes up, here's what I know for sure. You have to feel the fear. You have to feel the inadequacy. You have to feel the imposter syndrome, quote unquote, and do it anyway. And so go out and do it. Go out and be it. Go out and make a difference in the lives of people, because there are people that are waiting on you. Remember those words from the late Dr. Miles Monroe. The greatest failure in life is to be successful at the wrong assignment. And what I know for sure is that you have an assignment on your life. Now you just have to make a decision to go out and do it.
Once again, thanks a lot, Markeith Braden, for being on the Happy Entrepreneur Show. I'm going to recommend you all go out to www.markeithbraden.com. He said you can go there, connect with him immediately, schedule time with him if that's even available. I don't know if it's available when you go to the website.
It's available.
It is. See, I knew he was going to say that. I knew he was going to say that. Why wouldn't it be? And at least have a conversation. Here's what I promise you. It'll be a good use of your time, okay? And you guys can have a connection. If he's the right person, fantastic. And if he's not, he's an honorable guy. He'll refer you to the right person if he's not that person for you. So with that being said, let me say thanks a lot for tuning in to the Happy Entrepreneur Show. We appreciate you. We appreciate you sharing this out with other folks. I want you to remember that you are amazing already. You're already awesome. And today is your January 1st. That just feels good. Make it a great day, everyone. Your best is yet to come. Remember this, time is long. Life is short. You got to live in that moment, and you got to make it count. God bless, and we wish you success. Thanks a lot, Markeith. I appreciate you, man. Peace.
All right, take care.
We out of here. Bye-bye.